At 125 pounds, you're looking at Manuel Rivera from Rosemead High School, 69-2 and third in the state in California. He's up against Brandon Hardy from West Branch High School in Chesapeake, Virginia, 41-0 and a two-time state champion.
And we are underway at 125.
I'm really looking forward to this match because I watched Manuel Rivera last night wrestle the boy who beat him in the California State Tournament. The boy rated #1 in the country, Gabriel Flores, and he came back to win that match with a last-second reversal and then points in overtime. But boy, Hardy's come out to wrestle.
He sure has.
He had a nice head inside single, went to business, got his head up on the finish well, did a great job. That's his shot. He's got a near arm, far leg. He's pulling on the arm. He's lost the arm now. He's converting a single. He's powerful. He's going to try to lift him. He's got the single. He's trying to lift. He's looking for a Turk.
I tell you, he's much more aggressive than he was last night wrestling Matt Easter from West Virginia.
He is. He's coming to wrestle here. He's getting after it. Against Easter, he hit a nice dump, near arm, far leg, for a takedown and 2 back points. And that was the difference in the match. That was the only scoring Hardy did other than escaping. But here he's got 2 takedowns within the first minute. Very impressive effort.
Well, ranked second in the country, a 4-time finalist in Virginia with 2 titles. You know, he's got quite a resume, and Coach Jack Spates at Oklahoma has seen something he likes because this fellow's going to be a Sooner after the end of this year, and right now with the 4-1 lead.
Story is he's going to be the starting 133 next year for Oklahoma. He's what they're going to have. Not going to redshirt him, put him out there right at the beginning.
Hey, why redshirt him at Oklahoma? Tion Ware this year, the true freshman, steps into the lineup, wins a national title. You know, why deal with a redshirt?
They'll be great training partners.
So 44 seconds to go. The 4-2 now lead on the escape for Hardy.
I tell you, Hardy shot more in the first period here than he did in the entire semifinal match against Easter.
Easter, quite a wrestler, the 4-timer from West Virginia. Had quite a tournament, but as you said, Brian, Hardy able to advance.
Yeah, Hardy's won a number of close matches. He beat Easter by the skin of his teeth, and he beat the early from Indiana in a very close match.
He had a 9-7 match and a 3-2 match. Now Rivera with 15 to go, Ken, trying to finish.
Yep, he's got to get the far leg with his right hand, and he's got to pull in. He's got to pull it in a little bit and get the far leg.
He's running low on time and space.
Oh, a little better technique needed there. He let Hardy get to the edge. He needed to really cut the corner quicker and get that far ankle and drive.
Just 6 seconds remain here as they restart him in the center, and we'll probably head to period number 2 with a 4-2 score. Back underway here in the second period, and Hardy immediately kicks him out with the optional start. It'll be just a 1-point lead for the wrestler from Virginia.
I tell you, Rivera 69-2. That's a lot of matches to wrestle in your senior year. And of course, California with only 1 class and 700 high schools, winning the state tournament there or even placing in California, quite an accomplishment.
Yes, these guys are both tough customers. Gabe Flores from California was one of the top-ranked guy in the country in his weight coming into the tournament, and he was upset in a very close match by Rivera.
He had beaten Rivera 5-4 in the California semis. This time Rivera exchanged the compliment and won 4-2 in overtime.
Well, that's great front headlock technique right there, but he's got to run behind. He's got him extended, and then he's got to score. That's the unlocked front headlock, which is every bit as effective as the locked front headlock. There's a lot of controversy in our sport about the locked front headlock, but I don't know why he's not trying to spin on him. He had him extended. He was doing what he needed to do with the unlocked front headlock, and that's a really good technique. I learned that technique from Olympic champion Doug Blueball, who's taught that to hundreds and hundreds of wrestlers across the Midwest and across the country. The front headlock technique, locked and unlocked, very potent.
And seemingly for hundreds and hundreds of years.
Yes.
Doug has been around.
It is sticking around, and again, there's this controversy about the locked front headlock, and if you can't lock it, you do it just like Rivera did there, but you got to finish it. There's a couple options in the finish. You can spin, go behind, you can shuck them, you can near side cradle them, but Rivera looked too concerned about the edge and was just happy to extend Hardy.
So time ticking down now to 35 seconds remaining in this second period. No change in the score, the 4-3 lead for Hardy from Chesapeake, Virginia.
A much slower paced period than we saw in the first, and probably the big reason for that is Hardy has kind of shut it down here in the second period.
Hardy is explosive, and you can see early in the second period, well, there's, just as you speak, he gets a high crotch, but let's see what kind of scooter Rivera is. Rivera has got to scoot and get behind. He's got the back leg hooked. It's going to be a big scramble here. We got 10 seconds to go. Let's see if one of these athletes could finish their move. Rivera is almost on top.
What a recovery. And he's got an early 2 on it
and
there.
And that's a good call.
That's 5-4 at the end of 2.
He had the back leg hook. That was one of the keys to getting that control. Here we go. We got the scramble. There's about 8 seconds left when all this is going down, and Rivera ends up on top with the back leg hooked, and the ref calls 2, which is what it deserved to.
So back to live action now in your final period. The first lead of the match for Rivera, up by 1 in the top position. And he kicks the legs in here.
This is where he was a very strong wrestler last night. That third period he owned.
Wow, well, this would be, I mean, if he rides him out, Hardy loses. Hardy does not look happy down there. It'll be interesting to see if Hardy tries to switch or roll from this position to try to create some scramble. Right now, he's just laying there and stalling.
Well, he's trapped the arm, and well, Rivera got it back.
Yeah, Rivera's doing a really good job of keeping the pressure forward, keeping the weight on.
Hardy doesn't like that down position. You can see that's something that's going to have to change by next year at Oklahoma.
Sure is. If you can't get away in college, you're going nowhere.
1:15 to go now in this final period, and no change. They've been at it there right in the center of the circle. We do get the stalemate now.
Rivera was working hard. The crowd doesn't like it. Rivera was working aggressively, and Hardy was laying there. They could have called stalling on the bottom man. Hardy has got to move now if he's going to have a chance to tie this match and win with a winning takedown. Meanwhile, Rivera, the first move on the whistle is important. Let's see what happens here. And Hardy doesn't do anything. He doesn't move. It's like he's exhausted.
Head on the mat. Rivera going to work again.
Well, sit out, but he only did 1 move. He's got to put 2 and 3 moves together to get away from a stud like Rivera. Rivera's running the spiral half. Rivera's stalling a little bit now. He's staying on the hips. Now he's got the head lever going. But I'm surprised he's not throwing a leg in again.
50 seconds now. Hardy, very, very slow-paced third period for him.
The head's on the mat. He's just not doing anything out there.
Yeah. He looks like he's almost waiting around. He's tired. He's getting hammered for stalling now, deservedly so.
35 seconds to go with a stalling call.
Rivera's got a bar arm. I can't tell if he's got the wrist secured. I mean, he's not going to try to turn him at this point. He just needs to ride him hard. But he's got the reinforced arm bar, and he's going to go for the tilt. He's going for the gusto here. He's getting it, and he's doing it.
Oh, my. 20 seconds to go.
The rebar tilt, the reinforced armbar. He had the armbar and wrist. He gut-wrenched him through, and he did it again to finish him off for the back points in the victory.
Brian, you said it last night. He did it in the third period. Tonight in the national championship match, again in the third period as time runs down. The 3 go on the board. He never led until the end of the second. But at the end of the third, it's an 8-4 score, and your national champion is from California at 125, Manuel Rivera.
That's their second champion tonight.
Rivera, your champion from California at 125.
Here's a replay. The reinforced armbar roll through. He rotates him, elevates him, and he's getting a nice count. That is a very effective move, not just in high school, but also in the college level. The reinforced armbar, rebar tilt.